If you are already bracing yourself before walking into that family gathering, then you are not alone. This episode, we're talking about how to spiritually ground yourself so you don't lose your peace in the middle of all of the holiday drama.
Do you want to know everything? What your heart won't say, but your soul can sing. From love to loss and the space between, she's got the light to lift the unseen. Hope, healing, and transformation. Do you want to know everything? Do you want to know everything?
Welcome back to Hope, Healing and Transformation. My name is Lisa Williams and we are in the thick of the holiday season. I don't know if you've noticed it, but there are Christmas songs, there's lights, there's people being happy, there's people being, all Christmassy and holiday-y and all of that. And we're in this thick of the holiday season. And for many people, that just means a little bit more than shopping and celebration. It also means family tension. Oh, it's a lot. But truly, there are some people that sail through this holiday season, but there are some, if you're like me, I'm already thinking, how am I going to navigate Christmas? How am I going to navigate the holidays? How am I going to make it all inclusive? Me, I feel a little bit pulled apart because there's family tension in my family. You've also got past wounds that are surfacing. You've got emotional overwhelm. And today we are going to explore the ways to protect your energy without cutting yourself off completely. I first of all want to explain this right now. I love the holidays. Okay. There is something about the holidays I love. It's an excuse to see my family. And when I say that, it's an excuse for me to be, I just wallow in having a conversation with my mom, my dad. I wallow in spending time with my kids. I just wallow in it. Because every other time I'm like maybe busy and there's all of this stuff, but it's a time that you just come together. And what I want to remember, one phrase that I live by, and I have it on my computer sitting here. It says, I am the most important person in my life. Say it all the time. And there was once a time that I was saying it continually. However, I'm going to remind you of it today. You are the most important person in your life. Okay? I'm going to tell you, these family gatherings, if you are having to go into these family gatherings, bring out a lot of old stories, okay? The roles that we played as kids, the expectations that we never agreed to. Sometimes you find yourself reverting into a version of you that really doesn't exist anymore. And what I mean by that is sometimes we revert back to being that 7-year-old that's It's the truth. This isn't about blaming our families. It's actually about recognizing the energy that is playing around us at this point. The moment that you step into that old house that has all the memories, that have all the thoughts, all the feels, everything, you are there. Or you hear somebody's voice. Your nervous system is already reacting. That is your memory that's coming up. There's nothing wrong with you at that moment. It's just your memory going, hey, I am not safe, or this has made me unsafe. It's like that energy imprint, and it can be changed. And it's really important to know that you don't have to carry it anymore. We carry more than our own emotions. Okay, let's talk about this. We carry, you've heard me talk about it, the ancestral wounds. We carry it. It's this unresolved pain, the generational beliefs, the cultural patterns. It's all within us. What it feels like is this personal conflict. is sometimes often rooted in something deeper, and we need to get to the bottom of it. And truly, it can become something yucky that we have to deal with. It's not something that we also know is slapping us in the face. Okay. So first of all, we actually have to prepare, and we'll work through it all. So before you go to that dinner or that gathering, or you go to that party, or even you pick up the phone, you make that FaceTime phone call, whatever it is, I want you just to take a moment to ground yourself. Really important. I want you to imagine that your feet are on the ground, and I want you to imagine you've got all of these roots from the ground that are going deep, 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 deep into the earth. Okay. First of all, number one. Then what I want you to imagine is this golden cord, okay, from the base of your spine, and it's going right into the earth. And it's imagine that it's anchoring you so deeply into the earth's energy. You are not, you can't move. Okay. That's number one. Now let's talk about the shield. Okay. Now, some people might put a fluffy white light around. Some people might put themselves in a golden smoke, or like whatever, a cloud or a box. I am going to talk about my glass cube. The reason why I'm talking about the glass cube is you want it to be flexible. So imagine yourself with like a 2-inch thick pane of glass. And I want you to imagine that it's coming up from the ground, all the way up, over the top of your head, around your sides, under your feet, around your back. You're encased in this glass cube. And it's not here to block your connection. What it's here to do is filter. It's to keep whatever is yours in and whatever is not yours out. Because especially if you are empathic, then you are literally going to be like, oh, I'll take it on. The other part of you, if you are also very compassionate, if you have a lot of compassion, guess what? You're going to start to see, as this is my problem, is because I do this work, you're going to start to see their other people's childhood wounds. You're going to start seeing their little boys, their little girls start coming out, and you're going to have compassion. You're going to feel sorry for them. But this is where we cannot get into that space. We cannot get into that space. What you have to do is you have to say, right, I'm just going to allow myself to have that moment and have filter. Okay. Have that filter and not to get sucked in. So remember that this is really important. Now, if you know anything about your chakras, okay, which is the energy centers throughout your body, from the root chakra all the way through to the crown chakra, if they feel off center, you literally can rub your hands together really, 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 really quickly, okay, until you feel that tingling in your hands. And then you can pull your energy, your hands apart, and bounce them together, palms facing inwards, and you'll feel like a little beach ball in front of it. You know, you're bouncing the energy. Now, what I want you to do is take that energy and lay them on your chest and your belly. And then I want you to breathe deeply and imagine that energy that you have just created, that electromagnetic force. Allow that energy just to move up and down your body, and ask yourself to align your energy centers. You don't even need to use the word chakras. Align your energy centers. And then ask your body where it feels tight, and send your awareness there. It could be your shoulders. It could be your knees. It could be your ankles. It could be your elbow. It could be your head, whatever it is. You don't actually have to fix it. We're not fixing it. What we're just doing is bringing awareness to it. And here it is. It's just that simple moment of just bringing that space and bringing your awareness into that, and taking that place where you can just actually hold that part of you as well. And you may find that energy will start flowing into that space. Now, listen, it sounds like a great tool, and it sounds really simple, because it is. It's so simple. It's whether or not you choose that you want to do it. Okay. And it's having an awareness. A lot of all of a lot of all of that. That sounds really crazy. But all of this is down to awareness. A simple mantra, a breath, a breath work thing, a breath pattern in the car before walking in can also make a massive difference. Something like, I am grounded, I am whole, I am at peace, or I carry peace, or I am love. These are things that you really want to carry with you, because what happens is when we get put into the drama, we lose our center. Now, we can't always ignore the drama. And if you're anything like me, I kind of get wrapped up in it. I kind of enjoy it a little bit. Oh, it's my guilty pleasure. I do like to watch the drama unfold. However, things get tense. Allow yourself to leave. If things get tense, leave. Go outside if it's warm enough. Go and wash your hands. Go to the bathroom. Go and sit in another room. And seriously, jump on your phone, okay? Jump on your phone. Get into social media for a moment. Give your energy a rest. Sometimes I have found myself in the most busiest of places, watching it from a distance, and gone and sat in another chair. And I'm like the onlooker. And what I do is I sit there and I just scroll on my phone for a minute, only because I need to rebalance and recalibrate my energy before I step back into that craziness, the thing that gets all tense, the thing that gets all just dramatic. That's the thing. So give yourself a little reset, and you've got to try it. Okay. Let's try this right now. Let's try this. So I want you to place your feet on the ground if you can. And if you can't place your feet on the ground and you've got your feet on, let's say, I don't know, if you're in a chair or something, just place your feet wherever it feels comfortable. I want you to bring your awareness to the most grounded part of your body. And I've said this to many people and they said, well, it sounds weird, but it's my ear. I'm like, great, go to your ear. Go to the most grounded part of your body, whether that, and actually, as I think about it, my most grounded part, ironically, is the outside of my foot right now. Okay. It sounds really, really bizarre. So I'm going to my most grounded part of my body, and I'm just going to inhale deeply through my nose, and I'm exhaling gently through my mouth. And as you do that, I want you to picture any sort of like anything heavy or any sticky energy leaving your body. So imagine as you're grounding, just imagine anything that no longer serves you, or anything heavy or sticky or yucky, just leaving your body. Oh, and as I do that, wow, I'm noticing it coming from the back of my shoulders. Just imagine it. And I want you to remember and remind yourself that you don't have to respond to everything. Oh, wow, you don't have to respond to everything. Silence is also an answer. Silence is a valid choice. It's redirecting the conversation. You can redirect a conversation as well. So sometimes silence, it can be answered with a smile. Sometimes it's changing the conversation. Sometimes it's just walking away. You're not obliged to manage everybody else's discomfort. And one of the things that is very heightened in the holidays is politics. And the country is torn. The world is torn. Let's just not talk the country. The world is torn. And I'll just be honest with you. This is a very sticky place for me. You don't have to be in that space if it doesn't serve you. And some people might say that is you being ignorant. But if it doesn't work for your energy, if it doesn't work for you in where your alignment is, move away from it. Because the thing is, I also want you to remember, and we'll talk about politics right now because why not? Not everybody has their own thought pattern. Everybody has their own belief, their own thoughts, their own feelings about something. There's a lot of things that are starting to come out right now, and we're very, very heightened in this political space. And I'm only going to talk this very, very shortly, so don't switch off. The reason why I say this is you may find that when you're talking politics or someone else is talking politics, your stomach starts playing up. That is not a healthy choice for you. So remove yourself. If you are fighting a chronic disease, politics is not a good place for you. Start moving away from it. You have the choice in order to do that. It's not something that is helpful for your body. So redirecting any conversation, you're not obliged to manage anybody else's pain, suffering, uncomfortableness. Okay. And remember that silence is a valid choice, and you don't have to respond to everything. Really, really key. I'm going to give you some insight here. When I tune into family, and when I talk about family systems, so I'm talking about mums, dads, aunts, uncles, all of that, I can see it energetically. And I often see these patterns that are passed down generations. All right. And I see it a lot. And it's out there very much so in the community. In fact, Karen and I are creating, or we have created, a membership site based purely on decision making and the fear that we get into. So if you are interested, come along to prismora.com and you'll see all about it. But I often see these patterns, and these patterns come like their fear of abandonment, fear of scarcity, shame. These patterns, they just keep looping and looping and looping and looping until someone decides to witness them and step back from them instead of repeating them. It's that cycle. And you can be that witness. And that's something that we talk about in Prismora. And I help you from the intuitive space of understanding what's yours and what isn't yours. And so again, if it's something that resonates for you, come and join us in Prismora. We would love to have you. It's a very, very, it's a great membership, and it's very inexpensive as well. So just come along. I mean, like I said, it's like, I don't know, $47. It's not a lot, but come and see about it, because when you notice yourself being triggered, it senses this calmness, this awareness of you going, okay, I'm being triggered. What part of me is being triggered right now? And then there's also a part of you that has to start questioning, is this mine or is this inherited? I do that a lot, where I look at this and I go, is this mine, or is this my dad's, or is this my mum's, or is this my brother's? Because my dad has massive, massive anxiety. And I have noticed, my mum doesn't. My mum is like as happy-go-lucky as they come. She's just so easy. But I've also noticed myself have bouts of extreme, I won't say anxiety, but I live off my nervous system. And so there's times where I actually have to sit and go, is this mine or is this inherited? And it's not just a mental question. I have to tune into my body to allow it to speak, to allow it to give me the language that I need. And it normally shows up for me as if I feel this tightness, this constriction, this feeling of being tight, then I know that I know often that it's mine. If I feel this feeling of release when I'm questioning, is this mine? I'll often feel this release knowing that it actually isn't mine, so I can't carry it. But tune into your body. And honestly, when I start recognizing this constriction or this release, it's normally because I'm asking the question, is this mine or is this somebody else's? And the truth will show me, all right? And that truth is that constriction space or that feeling of just releasing. And it's okay to also be different, all right? So let's talk about this. You know, I've had it for years where people have said to me, God, you're so different. You're so weird. You speak to dead people. This is odd. You know, it's okay to be different. You're okay to choose something different and new. The more grounded you are in who you are now, the less likely you are to be pulled back into who you used to be. You know, so many people say, oh, you've changed. Well, aren't you supposed to change? Aren't you supposed to be different? Aren't you supposed to have different viewpoints? We often say that we are a multitude of the people that we hang out with too. So start looking at who you actually spend a lot of time with. It's really okay. So before we start taking on the next gathering, I want you to take like 5 minutes just to set an intention. It doesn't mean you don't have to run into the place straight away. I want you to set an intention. Whatever that is, I want it to speak loud and speak it out loud, okay? And I want you to feel it as you say it. So for instance, you could say, I don't know, today I protect my peace. I stay grounded in love and I release the need to be understood. Oh my God. Just saying those words, I release the need to be understood, made me go, oh, because I feel a lot of pressure, especially when I'm in the woo-woo world, which is becoming less and less woo-woo now. But, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. It's coming out. But when I release the need to be understood, I don't need my dad to understand what I do. I don't need my brother to accept it. I don't need Chris's family to accept it. I mean, they certainly don't, but I don't need that. So today I protect my peace. What did I say? Today I protect my peace. I stay grounded in love and I release the need to be understood. And just allow yourself just to breathe. Wow. I mean, write something that you prefer in your pocket. I don't know, put it on your phone. Have a stone that you want to touch. Just to bring you back when you feel off balance. Have a little crystal in your pocket. Let it bring you back. And if you start having a wobble, all right, it's okay. All right, you're not letting yourself down. What we're doing is we're recalibrating ourselves. You're redoing. You're repatterning these years. You're reprogramming the years that you've had. And sometimes it could be even generations of behavior. If you're starting to see patterns, you're starting to see how you were, maybe your brother was, how your dad was, how your grandparents were, this is generations. And I got to tell you, it takes a lot of strength. So honor it. Fear is deep within us. Fear is so deep within us. And part of what we've been doing in Prismora is a method called Flame and Decide, which actually helps you recognize and decipher what fear comes up and allowing you to see that fear and be part of that fear and to actually face it and say, right, I'm now going to realize where it comes from. I'm just going to turn it around. So come and join us. Okay. Come and join us for it. Okay, now we are diving in. In January, we have brand new courses that are going to be launched. We have a lot of things that are coming over. So go to lisawilliams.com. You'll find everything on there. I've had a break from teaching, but I'm going to step back into the teaching as well. I want you to recognize that you have the power here. You are the most important person in your life. Take that time for you. If you're triggered, move away. Silence is important. Allow yourself to go through your own space, your own time. I want you also to realize you don't have to rescue people and you don't have to be everyone's savior. You don't have to. It's not worth it. So I want you to know over this holiday season, take care of your energy. So important, so important. And remember, it's all about you. And just pick and choose. Allow yourself to flow in and out of that space. You don't always have to stay. And you don't always have to be the life and soul of the party. Do what you need to do. So until next time, boundaries are really important. Allow yourself to take care of you and enjoy it. Enjoy that space. Take opportunities of where you want to be. You don't always have to say yes to everything. I'll see you all again next time.
Solo hay que empezar así. Do you wanna know everything? ¿Quieres saberlo todo?
Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, the information shared on this podcast is meant to inspire and support you, but it's not a replacement for personalized advice from a qualified professional. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to tune in next time. Until then, take care and keep believing in something better.